I've got over 100 pounds to lose. I'm down 15 of that so far. Let's do a weigh-in today. Like, I knew the scale would have gone down. I knew I was doing well this week. I was counting calories and staying consistent every day, but I didn't even expect a 5-pound weight loss. Like, good for me. I will admit there was one day in there where I didn't eat at all because I was literally just crying all day. Mental health. But other than that, it was a good week. I do not deal with change well at all, and my gym is closing down. I'm so intensely upset. So intensely upset. Like, I'm less upset now because I've taken the last couple of days to, like, I'm gonna go to a new place that has some Zumba classes still and stuff, but, like, my mentally ill brain can't deal with this. And also I'm just, like, incredibly upset because the whole point of me signing up for the lifetime membership that I signed up was to save money, but that only happened once I hit 3 years or longer at the gym, and that was only 2 years ago. So I actually ended up paying more for the time that I did have in the gym than I was supposed to, and then they canceled all of me. Fucking love that for me. Lentils contain 25% protein. They're high in fiber and complex carbs while being low in fat and calories. They are definitely a go-to for me. Let me show you one of the cheapest, easiest meals I make with these. Now, you can go with dried lentils to make it even cheaper, but I like the convenience of the can. And you're eating in like 15 or 20 minutes. Boil up your pasta, drain the water, add the lentils and sauce into the pan to warm for a few minutes, and you're good to go. You can use canned or frozen veg to complete this meal while still keeping it as cheap as possible. I happen to have this broccoli that really needs to get used up, so that's what I'm going to do today. Found this recipe for a marmalade cake by Love Vegan by Jennifer. I am going to very, very loosely follow this recipe. I'm not using buckwheat flour or ground almonds or castor sugar or almond milk or rapeseed oil. I'm also halving the entire recipe. If this doesn't come out well for me, do not blame Jennifer or her recipe, okay? I am very loosely following this recipe. So I'm using 160 grams of all-purpose flour, 100 grams of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Good thing I halved this recipe. Like, I'm looking at this is still going to be a lot of cake. So I'm just giving this a good mix and breaking up any of the chunks as much as I can. Half teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 30 grams of vegetable oil, and 125 milliliters of water. And I'm going completely off recipe and adding a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Why did it look like so much to me when it was dry? Like, this is a normal amount of cake. We're good. Stop, stop, stop. Immediately stop. I literally forgot the marmalade. Hello, the whole point. Into a greased baking dish. This is 4 by 8. I'm just guessing by looking at it. And into the oven at 350. The burning on top is, again, my fault. I already know that this pan is a little bit too big to be using in my countertop oven, but I just do it anyways. Also, I realized that I halved everything in this recipe except for the marmalade. I was only supposed to put 2.5 tablespoons of marmalade. I put the full 5, so hopefully that doesn't mess with the texture too much. She includes a frosting recipe, but I'm not going to bother making it. I just topped mine with a bit of extra marmalade. Let's cut into it. I'm very curious to see the texture. I have a very bad relationship with baking. It doesn't look as dense as things usually do. Let's give it a try. Okay, this is looking quite good. I feel like that apple cider vinegar added a lot of air bubbles to the batter that, like, recipes just don't usually call for that. Let me give it a try. Taste is good. Could use a little bit more cinnamon, in my opinion. Texture, it's not exactly as light as I would like it, but it's an enjoyable amount of lightness. It's not too dense. I look a weird way to say that. It's an enjoyable amount of lightness. It's not so dense that it's unenjoyable. It is pretty good. Because I don't really love baking though, I kind of doubt I'll ever make it again. I've got over 100 pounds to lose. I'm down 20 of that so far. Let's do what I eat in the day, and then we'll go over the calories at the end. So while my meal here is cooking in the air fryer, I'm gonna have the same protein smoothie that I always have. This is half a serving of protein powder. I get the plant-based from Walmart, the Equate brand. Then I put a full cup of frozen fruit, aloe vera juice, and water. While this was cooking, I had my little shake. Also cut my nails down so I can actually function. Now that this is ready, I'm gonna eat these 2 little hash brown patties and also 2 spicy chicken boca patties. My next meal is lentil pasta. I'm making a separate video about how much I like lentils, and then I really needed to use up this broccoli, been in the fridge for way too long. Threw a side of corn with it. And lastly, I'm gonna have a slice of this marmalade cake. There's a whole video on how that came together if you want to know more about it. So let's pull up FitnessPal and take a look at that from a calorie standpoint. So I'm allotted 1,640 calories per day. So breakfast was 764. My pasta and veg was another 497. Now that marmalade cake, my recipe that I use specifically doesn't have exact calories, so I just look online, and most recipes that are similar are 200 to 300 calories per slice. So when I typed it into my FitnessPal, this is what came up for 244. Perfect, clicked it in there. I saw SpaghettiOs on the store shelf the other day, and now I can't stop thinking about it, so I'm gonna try to make a dairy-free version. So I got my sauce heating over low in a pan. I'm gonna add 2 of those Follow Your Heart slices, chopped up really fine just to help them melt a bit. While that cheese is melting down, I just boiled that little vermicelli pasta. Look how cute they are, the little letters and numbers. And it really is that simple. Okay, I mean, that definitely looks right. Let me give it a taste and see if it tastes right. I'm admittedly a bit skeptical about how that vegan cheese is gonna do in here. It's good. Obviously, I keep taking bites. I feel like it needs more cheese though, for sure. I feel like if I had just added a little bit more cheese, like maybe doubled the cheese, I feel like this would, like it's not the same, but I feel like it's scratching the itch. You know what I mean? Pretty good. This I can see myself making again because it is just so simple. I'll probably try it again and double the cheese.